I'm a Texas High cheerleader. I've been on varsity the last 2 years, and I'm a squad leader. I'm a member of Student Council, and I'm the director of Pride and Patriotism, and I did all the 9/11 baskets for the police officers. I'm in leadership, and I'm a member of Rosebuds. I think my favorite homecoming memory was probably last year when I went with Slider Welch, and there wasn't really a specific time that it was like the most fun, but it was just the fact that I went with him because he's he's just crazy. And I went with all my friends in a big group, and we all hung out after, and it was just a lot of memories. Probably sophomore year when I had just got my driver's license, and I never could remember where I parked, so I always had to honk my horn or do something weird to figure out where I parked. But one day I just decided, like, I know where I parked. I can do it. So I walked to my car, and I opened the door, and I put my leg in, and I start to sit down, and someone starts screaming, and it was the wrong car. And I didn't realize that until after they screamed at me. By far, who picked me out of the crowd, just because it was Hannah Harrell, and we've grown up together forever. And just like the moment whenever she grabbed my arm from sitting there on the ground, it was just really special. A couple embarrassing moments. Me and Allie Richter, when we were little, we would put on bikinis and we would walk along the sprinkler heads in my backyard. And we would, every time we would get to where the water was going, we would stop, we would look at each other, we would strike a pose, and we'd turn around like we were some like fashion model or something. And every time we hang out, we always talk about that because that's just embarrassing and weird. And Marley Crawford, I'll never forget. First time I ever met her was freshman year for cheer trial, the clinic. It was that Thursday, and Mom and I were leaving the school, and I'm just sitting here, we're in a deep conversation by the guard shack, and next thing I know, some crazy woman is beating on my window, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And it's Mary Crawford, and I roll my window down and start talking to her, and she starts telling me that her daughter's too embarrassed to get out of the car and meet me, so I need to go meet her because we're going to be best friends, and we are. And Harley was the first time she ever came over. You always have, whenever someone comes over the first time, you always have to like impress them and be cool in front of them. And so I'm like, okay, I told my mom before she got there, listen, Harley's one of the cool girls. Like, you can't embarrass me. You promise you won't embarrass me? Yeah, I promise. Well, of course, she had to embarrass me. So me and Harley are sitting there at the house, and we're like listening to music on my speaker. And Mom feels the need to bust open in my room and start dancing and embarrassing me. And so I look at Harley and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And Harley laughs so hard, jumps up, and she starts dancing with my mom. So I was like, oh God, I know we're going to be best friends now. My escort is Kyle Schote, and I picked him because we'd been friends for a while. And I knew we would have to walk down the stairs, and if anybody had to walk me down some stairs, I knew it needed to be Kyle, because if I fell, of course he would laugh at me, but he would be the first one there to pick me up if I fell.